Something really fascinating is happening in the world of personal home servers. It's kind of this quiet revolution that's totally shifting how we think about, build, and maintain the digital worlds we create in our own homes. So today, we're going to dive right into this powerful shift. All right, let's start with a question that, well, it might keep some of you up at night. Picture this. You've spent months, maybe even years, carefully crafting your home lab. Your media server, your home automation, all your personal projects, they're all humming along just perfectly. And then, disaster strikes. Poof, it's gone. Could you honestly rebuild all of that from scratch?
For most of us, if we're being honest, the answer is a pretty painful no. It's not a rebuild, it's an archaeology project, right? You're digging through scattered config files, trying to remember some obscure shell command you typed 6 months ago. Or what about that one setting you clicked in a web UI without even thinking? The system works, sure, but it's fragile, it's unique, and it's basically impossible to replicate.
Well, it's that exact frustration that sparked a whole new approach, one that's designed to finally end all that chaos by bringing modern automation right into the home lab. And the ultimate goal? It's simple, to make your entire server completely reproducible. And here it is, the core promise. Just imagine this for a second. You delete your entire server, wipe it, reinstall the operating system, run one single command, and then just sit back and watch your entire complex setup rebuild itself. Perfectly. This isn't some far-off dream. It's the reality of a project called Proxmox-GitOps. Now, getting there, that requires a pretty fundamental mindset shift. We have to stop treating our servers like these fragile snowflakes, Each one is unique, delicate, and needs to be manually cared for. Instead, we need to start treating them as reproducible artifacts, systems that are defined entirely by code and can be stamped out identically on demand whenever we need them. Okay, so how is this even possible, right? Well, it all comes down to a few core concepts that have been borrowed from the world of professional software development and cloud infrastructure. The first and honestly the most important idea is something called infrastructure as code, or IAC. The whole concept is actually pretty simple. Instead of clicking around in some web UI, every single piece of your server, we're talking containers, services, configurations, everything, is defined in simple text files. And those files are stored in a Git repository. That repository, that becomes your single source of truth. So if something breaks, you don't log into the server to fix it. Nope, you fix the code, you push the change, and you let the automation handle the rest. All right, the second key concept is what's called desired state management. And this is a really fundamental change in how you think about things. You're not writing a script that says, hey, do this, then do that. Instead, you write a file that just declares, this is what I want the final server to look like. That's it. From there, the automation's only job is to constantly compare the server's actual state to your desired state and fix any differences it finds. Is a container missing? Boom, it recreates it. Is a configuration wrong? It corrects it. The system is basically always healing itself to match your code. And the project manages all this code in what's known as a monorepo, which is just a fancy way of saying a single repository for absolutely everything. And this offers some huge advantages. Your entire platform now has a complete history of every single change ever made. But here's the most crucial part. If an update breaks something, rolling back is as simple as just reverting to a previous commit in Git. You just do that, and the automation restores the whole system for you. It's incredible. Okay, so we have the code, and we have the concepts. But how does all that text actually turn into a real running server? Well, it all happens through a set of automated workflows or pipelines that bring the whole thing to life. The system uses 4 main pipelines. You've got release, which builds a new service from scratch. You've got main, which applies your code changes to existing services. Snapshot is, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. But that fourth one, rollback, that one is a total game changer. It provides this built-in protection. So if an update goes wrong, recovery isn't some messy, panicked manual process anymore. It's an automated feature of the system itself. One of the most elegant parts of this whole design is that the entire automation system is self-contained. You don't need a bunch of complex external tools. You just push your code, and a container inside their own home lab wakes up, pulls the changes, and gets to work building the infrastructure. Your home lab is essentially managing its own lifecycle. It's like its own miniature private cloud. And hey, if you're sitting there wondering if this is all just some cool theory, think again. The creator of this very project has rebuilt their own complex home lab, We're talking home automation, reverse proxies, the whole shebang, hundreds of times, directly from their Git repository. No manual tweaks, no forgotten steps. Just code. This approach isn't just cool, it's proven, and it's reliable.
So let's zoom out a bit. This project isn't just an interesting piece of technology on its own. It's really a sign of a much bigger shift that's happening in the entire Homelab community. And as you might expect, it's sparking some pretty fascinating debates along the way. And what this trend really highlights is a key philosophical divide. On one side, you have the modular approach, using lots of different specialized tools, where each one is the absolute best at its specific job. And on the other side, you have the unified framework, a single integrated tool that just handles everything, hiding all the complexity. Both sides are aiming for automation. They're just taking totally different paths to get there. And really, this whole debate is happening because home labs themselves have evolved so dramatically. I mean, think about it. A decade ago, a home lab was probably a small server running a few little experiments. But today, so many of us are running these complex, almost production-like environments with clusters, monitoring, and dozens of services. And as that complexity just keeps growing, manual configuration, it just doesn't scale. It just doesn't work anymore. And that really brings us to this powerful summary. These huge concepts like GitOps and infrastructure as code, they're migrating from massive data centers right into our homes. What used to be just a weekend hobby of tinkering now looks and feels a whole lot more like miniature platform engineering. And all of this leaves us with a final, kind of thought-provoking question. When your server is no longer this fragile object that you have to constantly care for, but instead it's an artifact that can be created and destroyed with just code, well, that changes everything. It changes what's possible. It frees you up to experiment, to build bigger, and to innovate without fear. So I'll ask you, if your infrastructure is code, what will you build next?